What's going on, people? I am Swerver, and this is the Opinionated Facts Media Group podcast. I'm joined by my amazing team, Done to be great, Coco Love, and Illuminated Lenses. How are you guys doing today?
Doing
Pretty
good.
good.
I'm pretty
How are
good,
you?
man.
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm excited to share this podcast episode with our listeners today. We're going to be talking about Deon Sanders and Tracey Edmonds, their breakup and split. We're also going to be talking about Vincent Hughes and Cheryl Lee Ralph and their living arrangements. We think you guys will find this to be very interesting as we talk about it today. On this podcast, our mission is to build better relationships within our community through using the power of conversation. So we're going to start off with Deon Sanders and Tracey Edmonds. It's a post that we saw online, and I think Coco could share that with you guys. So we'll start there.
So I ran across this post and it's kind of shady, low key, but so it says Deon Sanders is a 56-year-old with a missing toe and still wouldn't marry Tracey Edmonds after she
Wait a
gave
minute.
him 14 years of her life. This is the epitome of what a placeholder looks like. Stood beside him when his health was failing, stood beside him during the Jackson State drama, and stood beside him during his rough first coaching season at Colorado, and he still doesn't want to marry her. Yikes, y'all be safe out there. I feel like it was very petty to put in there that the man was
That
missing
is
the toe.
toe. I
I'm about to
mean,
say
like,
that
come
toe
on
shot
now.
was
That
very
toe was like the
unsolicited.
last straw.
Yeah, like that was unnecessary.
and he ain't got no big toe. Like, why?
Exactly.
Look, I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of backstory. I did a little bit of digging. So they met back in 2012 on a movie premiere, and I think Deon at the time was looking to air a show I never saw. It was a Deon Family Playbook.
I used to watch that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think it was on that long, but anyway, that's how they ended up meeting because Miss Edmonds, I think she's a TV producer and businesswoman. So she's been doing her own thing for a while. And if you guys didn't know, she has two children by the musician Babyface. I think they were also married too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah. Then Deon has 5 children. I think he was married twice, and he was actually engaged to Miss Edmonds, from my understanding, but they weren't married. I'm assuming over the course of time they just saw some differences or whatever, and I guess they decided to call it quits. But I wanted to share this with you guys. Like, what is a placeholder? Let's talk about what that is. Since she wanted to call that young lady a placeholder, I got this from Medium.com, and I'm just gonna go straight into what it says. It says, what does being a placeholder mean? Usually, someone is or becomes a placeholder because the other person doesn't see a lasting future for the relationship, or they believe that they can upgrade to a new partner in the future. However, in the meantime, these people are often afraid or don't want to be alone. So what they would be saying in this situation is that Deon, didn't marry her because he was looking for something better, or he just didn't want to be alone. But we don't know. How do we know she wanted to be married? How do we know
Right. First of all, when I first saw this, I didn't even realize that they weren't married. I didn't know that. I don't really know too much about him, honestly, but I've heard their names together and I just kind of assumed that they were married. So I literally just put two and two together that she used to be married to Babyface. So maybe because she's been married before, maybe she didn't want to like rush to get married. You see that a lot of times when somebody has been married before and they have children, they're not like all gung-ho to get married again. So
Right. Especially with his situation too. He had already been married twice himself, and he had 5 children. So I'm sure he's not like, yeah, let's hop on in there and do it again. But we don't know what happened between those people. They don't seem to be fighting or arguing or going back and forth, shooting nasty shots at each other, at least not yet. So maybe that's what they both came to the agreement on. They just didn't want to be married.
Yeah. I say the good thing about it is that like because it's not a divorce involved, they're not having to it doesn't have to be nasty. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Oh, I want the house or whatever. I don't know how if they purchase anything together, but by them not being married, I'm thinking that, you know what I'm saying, they might have done things separately, like you got your house, I got mine type of thing. So it might be a easier situation.
And let's be clear, too, for the people that may think that is any gold digging going on. Miss Edmonds was already straight before she met Deon. And apparently he was, too, already straight himself. So, I don't think it's a situation where people was after any money. And they don't have any kids together, so from my understanding. So, hey, it should be an even split.
I'm not sure if you all are fans of wrestling. I used to love wrestling. My love for it has died down over the years, but
I'm still a big wrestling fan.
Right.
Okay. So if you all know John Cena, he was married to one of the Bella twins. I think it was Nikki Bella. I'm not sure if he said he didn't want to get married because they did eventually get married, but he made it very clear he didn't want any children. And she wanted children, but she still got married to him anyway. And when he didn't change his mind or budge on it, that led to their divorce.
Yeah.
So it just reminded me, like I said, don't know their situation, and it could have been very well she didn't want to get married either. But just to me, it just reminded me, communication is key. If you know that's something in your heart you want, and the other person is telling you very clearly, hey, I don't want this, I don't ever see myself doing this because of whatever their personal reason is, just kind of take heed to that. And just know, if you're going to enter this relationship, be honest with yourself. Are you really willing to sacrifice what it is that you truly want in order to be with this person?
Sometimes people know when they're just not good for it. It's no point of wasting each other's time. If you know that you're just not ready, then just don't do it.
Yep, just be honest with yourself. We're going to transition to a different type of situation here. This is when people that may be in relationships but live separate. Coco has more on that.
So basically, rumors were going around about Cheryl Lee Ralph and her husband, Vincent Hughes, and their living arrangements. I think they've been married for like 18 years. And so she chose to speak out about the rumors. So this is an article from People magazine, and she talks about her husband. So she's 66. And if you don't know who that is, she's one of the stars of Abbott Elementary. And her husband is actually the Pennsylvania state senator. His name is Vincent Hughes. He's 67. I think it said they were married in 2005. And because of what he does, he has to stay in Pennsylvania or whatever. And she, obviously being an actress, she is in Los Angeles. So she said, Vincent and I have been married going on 19 years. We've been together 21 years. Abbott, as in Abbott Elementary, is shot in Los Angeles. My husband, as a senator, is always in his capital, which is Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So I don't know what magic people think that we're going to do. And she said, we see each other on the average of every 2 weeks. And everybody who questions that I say, guess what? We're still married. So they live apart, pretty much. And I don't know, it looked like it's working for them. But I guess when people first saw it, even when I first saw it, it was like, wow, that's very different.
I want to ask y'all, could y'all do something like that? Could y'all live apart from someone, especially at that kind of distance, for 20 years?
No, not 20 years. I think if we had to do it for like a short period of time, for whatever circumstances, but 20 years, I don't see that.
Yeah, I don't think I could either. I could do it, like Journey said, maybe for like a year, because like maybe when you get married, maybe you have some contractual obligations as far as like work is concerned. So, I could maybe do it for a year, but we got to bring that thing together. Now, I will say though, by them being older, she's been married before, I believe. Her children are by someone else, and he has his own children as well. So I can understand that take part in that. And I believe she kind of addressed that as well. When they first started out, she said that she was very determined to keep her children close to their father. I'm assuming maybe he's in Los Angeles as well. So other things come into play, but we'd have to figure something out.
Yeah, 20 years, that's a long ass time. Like that's two decades. That's crazy.
I was just gonna say, on this article on marriage.com, they listed some pros and some cons about living apart when you're married, such as being more independent. It also saying it helps you cherish that time you spend with your partner. Because I know y'all probably heard the phrase absence make the heart grow fonder.
Yeah.
But that's just still a long time though. But
I don't know, absence might make the heart grow fonder of you being absent. Damn, I'm so glad when he take his ass back to Pennsylvania, so I can stop having to close the toilet lid, or whatever.
Be like, damn, ever since they left, damn food just stay in the refrigerator.
Especially when, and again, it's saying your independence, but like you said, that could turn into a con, because okay, now he's here, so I gotta accommodate him and all this stuff. So
yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
One of the ones was talking about having control over your schedule. That's like you said, Journey, you don't really have to consider, because they way over there. There's nothing you can do. They are in another state. But I will say, just going back to, like you said, growing fonder of the person being gone. I was in school and I was getting my commercial driver's license, and one of the things the instructor said, he said, man, y'all haven't been out there yet, but when y'all start going out there, some of you guys may be out a week, 2 weeks, months at a time. And he was like, one thing that I noticed, this is him speaking to us, my instructor, he was saying that when he started driving trucks, he saw his wife and his kids all the time. But he was like, after he started driving his truck, he said he remembered when he was at home, before he got on the road, how the kids would run up to him and have conversations with him and, just interact with him, and the wife would interact with him a little bit more. But after he had been on the road for a while, they just stopped coming up to him. They was expecting him to leave. So his relationship with them had changed because he wasn't there. Kind of makes me think about this situation too. So I don't know whether that's a pro or con, really, but yeah. But I do encourage everybody to go check out that article, marriage.com, on the 10 pros and cons. about being together or living apart. But other than that, you guys, what do y'all think about the Deon Sanders and Miss Tracey Edmonds situation? And also, could you live apart? If it was you and you got with somebody you really liked or loved or even married, could you be with apart but together for 20 years? Let us know down in the comments below. I want to thank y'all so much for always supporting us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I am Swaver, joined by Journey to Be Great, Illuminate Lenses, and Coco Love. This is the Opinion Effects Media Group Podcast. Until next time, peace.